We have some breaking news coming out of the City ground as Nottingham Forest manager Murph FM has not been afraid to splash the cash in this transfer window. The Reds have spent over £200 million during this time frame, bringing in the likes of Julian Alvarez, Renier, Noah Katterback, Maxime Lopez and Angelo, all on permanent deals, while securing the services of Tommy Doyle and sexy Olivier Giroud, who all arrive at the City ground on loan. This is part of the club's massive push into the Europa League, so fingers crossed they have a very good season ahead of them.
So you had it all in the intro there. We've spent massive. The new season's about to begin. Let's get into it. Welcome back to another season of Forever Forest. Season number 3 with Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. And we have European football this season to look forward to. As we go into the competitions tab, you can see here, we are in the Euro Cup, aka the Europa League. And of course the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup and the Premier League. So it's a big, big season ahead. Let's dive straight into it. First, though, before we get into any of the transfer business and what has been going on here, if you're enjoying the series so far and you haven't already, get down below there, hit that subscribe button on this video, and of course, give it a big, big thumbs up. And get involved in the comment section. When you see the transfers, let me know who is your best transfer you think we've signed so far in this season. For Nottingham Forest, season 3, and we've gone big. You heard it in the intro. We've spent over 200 million. Over 200 million this window. And it isn't just incomings, there are some big outgoings. So let's dive straight into it. So we're coming straight in at the end of last season because we had a massive sale at the end of last season and we had one player join us at the end of last season. Let's get into the sale. João Pedro left for 60 million. He had a release clause in his contract when we signed him for 60 million for a Champions League club. Man United are that Champions League club, sadly. So we do lose João Pedro to Manchester United. 60 million is not bad. He's on a fairly small wage considering 74 grand a week for Man United. I mean, he's coming as their number 9. I'll be interested to see how much he plays this season. Of course, we'll play against him at some point during this save as well. So it could be interesting to see how he gets on there. But João Pedro left us. 60 million came for him. And then we started spending. We had some money in the bank. And we went off straight away and got a new keeper. We mentioned not long ago, Sandback can't be my number 1 keeper no more. So Dominic Livakovic comes in. I'm yet to use him in FM22. I've used him in 21. He was really good. 22, I've heard great things. Not used him. So we went out, grabbed Livakovic. I thought it was a pretty cheap deal. About 10.25 million for Livakovic to come in goal. Wasn't a bad bit of business, really. And then we pass over now into July. And this is when it all really kicks off. Of course, we mentioned previously, Daniel Sturridge and Cafu were leaving on free transfers. They've now gone. And since then, there's been a few other ones as well. I mean, just above my head, you can see here, Liera went out on loan. We sold Luca Digne as well. Luca Digne had a release clause as well. Release clauses. Don't add release clauses. We had to get them in these contracts originally to get these big players in. But Digne had another one as well of 40 million. Manchester United came a little bit higher than that. They came for 41.5 million. And again, that's 2 players leaving Nottingham for Manchester United now, with Luca Digne also joining Manchester United. But beside that, there've been no massive ones really. Yates left for 15 million to Aston Villa. He wasn't much of a player last season, a bit of a squad player last season. So for cash in now, got a year left of his deal. We're not going to use him, so we got him out the door. And that was it really for outgoings. The likes of Steve Cook left, 70k for Millwall. Didn't really play last season. I mean, did he play in the end last season? 4 appearances in the Prem, so wasn't really playing, so we thought we'd get rid of him. There's a few people that have been loaned out, but the major interest comes from who we have bought in. So let's dive into it. Firstly, we needed a replacement for João Pedro, so we went and got Julian Alvarez. So he went from Man City, 1 season there, sold to Hoffenheim for 15. We've ended up paying close to 50 million to bring him back to the Premier League here. It's a lot of money. It's definitely a lot of money to spend on getting this guy in here, but I mean, got 13 and 34 last season, but I look at him and I'm thinking he's a perfect like-for-like in terms of the sort of player that João Pedro was. A fast advanced forward who can get in and get goals. I mean, he's got some great mentors as well. He's still at 23 as well, so we're hoping we can make something out of Alvarez and make this initial investment worthwhile. I mean, you like to know there isn't a release clause. There's an 80 million release clause for Champions League clubs again. We can't get around not getting Champions League release clause in there for these big players, sadly enough. We've tried and it's not happening. So 80 million for Alvarez, he could go. I mean, it's 30 million profit, I suppose. So I guess we'll see. So the next one, we spent 85 million on Renier over at Real Madrid. Yeah, this is an interesting one. I didn't think I spent this much money on him originally. We looked at him. He hasn't been in the Madrid team. He was there last season again. No loan spells and only had 3 appearances for Real Madrid. And I looked at him. I was like, he's the perfect Mazzala to come in that midfield now and add that extra little bit in that midfield on almost 100 grand a week. We spent a lot of money on the guy, but I feel like there's a potential here. It's at 21 still. He can still become a world-class player and get in that Brazil team and become one of the best midfielders in the game. That's how I feel personally. I mean, everything I'm looking at right now shouts a great Mazzala. So I guess we'll see throughout the season if he can really lift that potential. I mean, again, release clauses. There is one there, 102 million for this one though. So at least we're getting a lot more money than we asked for last time. So there are them release clauses in there for Champions League football, but we'll see. We'll see. And left back, of course, we lost Digne. So Noah Catterback comes in, 22-year-old German lad. Looks really good in Football Manager this year. Well, I've looked at quite a few times now. Came in from Cologne for 45 million, so it was a lot of money, but we had to beat off the likes of Chelsea going for him. I think Man U were looking at him as well before they went for Digne. And then as soon as they went for Digne, it was like, right, okay, let's go get Catterback now, get it done. Use that money from Digne and get Catterback straight in. And I mean, he looks like a great little bit of potential as well, to be fair. 22 years of age. He can still develop into a fairly good player, I reckon. He could be one for the future and be really good for us. Again, Champions League expiry date on this one, 2027. So it's a few years away, but 80 million. 80 million on that one. So the release clauses are the big issue in these contracts, possibly. But then we saw, okay, we can't keep spending all this money, so we're going to try and get some loan players in. And we need another striker. Obviously, Daniel Sturridge is gone now. Sam Sturridge is gone now as well. I forgot to miss that one earlier on. But yeah, Oliver Giroud just came on loan to Nottingham Forest for this season. I wanted someone else to play that target forward role up front for this season. Someone else who can jump in this role where Lorenzo Luca plays, just in case we need him. And Oliver Giroud is going to be dangerous from the bench. He's got great bravery, composure, jumping reach and heading. I mean, just for the crosses alone, jumping reach of 17, he's 6'4", heading of 19. Last 20 minutes, chuck him up front, swing some balls in the box. Oliver is your man, Oliver is your man. We spent 16 million next on a new DLP for the midfield as well. Obviously, we've been playing some air there quite a lot this season. Well, the season just gone. Before we get someone else in here as well, Maxime Lopez, the French lad, comes in. Again, it looks really good. He's a smaller player than what I'd like, 5'6", but great first touching in, passing, vision. He can basically just get the ball to his feet and get it across the pitch, basically. He can really find a ball. Tries killer balls often and tries 1-2s as well, just above my head there, you can see. So, coming in is a bit more of a rotational player on the bench. 42 grand for a rotational player a week, I know, but very much worth it, I feel. And these two are more opportunity struck. I was like, you know what, we need to do this. Angelo comes up as another option for a striker. Okay. You can see that he plays as a boy player. We're not playing with boy players right now. As you know, the tactic already. We have 3 central midfielders and then 1 cam. So we're really training this guy into a striker to be the new advanced forward, to be the new João Pedro, basically. Obviously, we've just bought in Julian Alvarez. And on the other side, we've got Luca and Giroud. So I needed a replacement on that right-hand side for Alvarez if he gets injured or can't make any matches. So Angelo comes in at 18 years of age. Great acceleration, great dribbling. I'm going to work on that finishing. He's only got 12 there, but for the future, 18 years of age. Again, we've got a lot of Brazilians in this team now, so it's like the notice. We lost João Pedro. We brought in 2 more Brazilian players as well. So that doesn't stop there. And then we went back to Manchester City, of course, as well, and took in Tommy Doyle on loan for the season. I mean, Doyle's a very versatile midfielder. He can play a lot of different roles. Again, he's been out on loan in the past, and then at Man City last season, only had 2 appearances at Man City, so he's not getting their team just yet. So I'm thinking, just someone from the bench, he can do the business for us. Tommy Doyle comes in, he can play all the roles in that midfield. Let's see how he gets on. So at this point in the episode, normally, when we start a new season, I'll go through basically what our aims are for the coming season, what I think we should be doing, basically. You can see here, I've got a mere prediction of finishing 12th in the Prem this season. Obviously, we overachieved massively last season, getting 5th in the Premier League. So I don't think 12th's too far of a stretch, but I'd like to think more top half. I'm going to say about 8th, ideally. 6th to 8th position won't be too bad if we get European football again. We're still building this team. We're not ready for Champions League football just yet, but we're building this team. It's getting there. And of course, as always, look at those beautiful kits that Corky Blue did for us. Don't forget, check him out as well. Great kit designer. Absolutely wonderful stuff. But yeah, we have our opening game of the season today. We do kickstart the Premier League campaign against Brighton today. We had a pre-season as well. I should probably go through that over just quickly. Chattanooga and Madison, we beat them 4-2, 6-1. We beat Rangers 4-0, a 2-2 draw against Barcelona. And we got absolutely hammered by Napoli. Napoli are really good at the moment, honestly. So that was a problem. But yeah, we start the season today against Brighton. A team which I feel we should be beating, realistically, Brighton. There's still some good players there right now. Sean Dyche is now the manager as well, interestingly enough, but they haven't got the best of teams anymore. A lot of their key players have left now. I mean, if we go based on current ability, their best players are 3-star player compared to the players we have in our team right now. And then, I mean, how much better? 3.5 stars, but I think they're a better bunch. I do think they're a better bunch. Let's get into that team for today then and have a quick look. So Liverpool should have a bit of a knock right now, so he can't play today, sadly. We've called Babio up to the first team this year. He's not on loan this time around, but he's unavailable currently as well. And Ajeda is still not back from his injury. He's been out for so long. He missed the whole of the summer, and he's still recovering. 2 to 5 weeks though, so he will be back soon. He's been out for almost 8 months now at this point, so the long wait for return of Ajeda's coming. But for now, we're going with this. Samba does start the game in there. I mean, I didn't want to use Samba really much this season, but it comes to it, we've got to be done. Bogut, Worrell, Zagadou and Katabak playing in that back four. Renier, Cement, Eze playing as those three there. Renier coming in now as that Mazzala. Cement just play the DLP just for now, but I mean, Maxim Lopez is there as well, so he could possibly play at some point today. And then we go into the front line. Johnson in that cam role, Alvarez and Lorenzo Luca. Of course, you might notice some different players on the bench here as well, just above my head here. If we go a bit down here, we can see Jaden Richardson is called to the first team this year. He didn't really do much last year. There were 1 or 2 appearances in the first team. It wasn't great, but I thought as right and left back cover, he's not bad. Off the Panzer can play left back already as well, which is good to have. We have called up as well Alex Moyton this year, the 21-year-old American lad. Again, he hasn't really played for us yet. He had 4 appearances last season, 1 goal, 1 assist. He's on the bench today. He's going to get a few more appearances over this season, but we are trying to train him in this cam role instead as another replacement for Johnson, because there was a lot of interest in Johnson during the summer. Chelsea came knocking for him, and they did want it, and we did make a promise. We'd ensure that he would be sold if a bid came in at 50 million for him. So hopefully no bids come back now for Johnson, because he's developed really, really good. I don't want to lose him, but if it comes to it, we do have the other option there, and we will have the money to spend as well. Of course, we do have no money left now, though. We have spent it all so far, so if there's going to be any more transfers before the next episode, someone must be sold, and Johnson could still go out the door. So let's dive into it. We played Brighton today. We're at home. Let's kick off the Premier League campaign with a big 3-pointer at home against Brighton. So here we go then. The Premier League campaign starts again today. We overachieved last season, I reckon, by getting 5th in the league, so we can't really ask for the same again from the boys, but a nice start today. A big win we do against a 4-4-2 Brighton playing as well, by the way. Sorry, just jumping into that. Just notice they're playing a 4-4-2 with Cucurella playing for the left midfielder and Emerson. I'm guessing it's the former Chelsea lad. He's the former Chelsea lad. But he's joined him now as a left back as well. So very interesting formation for Brighton. Never seen him play 4-4-2 ever before in real life, so it could be interesting. Zagadou wins the header. Luca, the 2 big boys doing the business straight away. You love to see that. Luca finds Eze. It's a big ball. Johnson's through on goal. It's a smashing effort from Brendan Johnson. This is why Chelsea want him. He is so pinnacle. Getting in behind, getting those key goals for us. It's a great bit of play as well. You got to admit that. You got to admit that as well. See the ball here. Luca cuts inside, knocks into Eze. And Eze, first time pass, over the top. Johnson slams it top bins. You love to see it. 20 minutes in, Nottingham lead 1-0. It's a great start for the boys. You love to see that. Foul boy Zagadou. Stop me with the fouls. Gotta calm down, buddy. We're winning 1-0. Just take your time. No the dive in. Johnson wins the ball here. Renier. Great switch there to Katabak. Love that. Katabak can swing the ball into the box here. Finds Eze instead. Back to Katabak. Edge of the box is bouncing around, and Julian Alvarez has put it home. It could have been his first goal for Forest, but I'm pretty sure he's offside. He looked pretty down offside from that position there. He was so in front of that defender. Surely, he's counted. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow, I did not expect that. It looked like he was definitely offside here. If you see the ball comes in here, I think he's just played on here by this lad, didn't he? Miazga, the former Chelsea boy, plays Alvarez onside. And after half out, we lead 2-0. Let's praise the boys. It's a great start here. Absolutely cracking start. Things you love to see. Alvarez scoring on his debut as well. Beautiful stuff. Catback looked really good as well on the left-hand side so far. I'm really enjoying him. I mean, the new boys settling in well. We haven't seen much of Renier so far, but the passes he has made, they've all hit so far, which is great to see. Big clearance now. As Samba's slowly coming out for it here. I always worry when I see Samba on the ball, I'm not going to lie. I always get a bit concerned. As Worrell finds Bogle, back to Worrell. All back to Samba now, and Nottingham just taking the time, just pass it around with 2 up, half time in 5 minutes. Just sit back and relax. Luca, Katabak, great bit of play from Katabak. Look out for a run. He's found his run through there. Brendan Johnson, across goal. Oh, so unlucky. It was a great chance for Forest. It's still going here, to be fair. Katabak, Eze now on this left-hand side. Big ball in. He finds Luca and he's hit the crossbar. Lorenzo Luca, the 6'7" striker, the big man up front, hitting the crossbar right before half time here. I mean, it's been all Forest, to be fair. We haven't seen nothing of Brighton so far. I might have spoke too soon here as Renier wins the ball from Cucurella. And Julian Alvarez now through towards the back man. Can he get past him? It's a great bit of skill. Big ball in. He's finding Lorenzo. Oh, it's straight at the keeper in there though. Cragno with an easy save there from Lorenzo Luca. It's a poor header from Luca, really. He can do better than that. Big ball forward though. But again, Zagadou is such a big presence at the back line. He's going to win everything. Every time it's Samer, Zagadou. Lovely passing from Forest. They win the ball up here now. As Worrell finds Renier. And again, we're just taking our time. Just pass it around. We're in no rush to do anything here. We're leading 2-0. We can open them up so easy, just like that. It's Brendan Johnson's through again. Wow. I won't lie. I'll be very shocked if he's still here next episode. I'll be very, very shocked because we've already promised he could leave for 50 million. And he's having the game of his life right now. The absolute game of his life. It's a great ball from Eze outside the foot. Johnson runs through. It's a great finish again from Brendan Johnson. 3-0 Nottingham Forest against Brighton at home in the first half. And Brendan Johnson is stealing the show at 8.4. Oh, it's going to be very hard to keep hold of this player. It's going to be very, very hard. I mean, there was a lot of interest from Chelsea for quite a while. And it kind of just seemed to have just squandered away. So he made the promise saying, okay, look, they want you. We'll let you go for this price. Chelsea were like, oh, hang on, 50? 50? No, they're not interested in 50. Cucurella, ball in, back stick, Samer heads it clear. Only as far as Madère here. I mean, I don't know what Luca's done there. It's a little bit of an attempt of a tackle, but it's nowhere near the man. And it's well won by Cat back now. Eze, big ball forward, finds Lorenzo Luca. The big lad, Johnson, strives forward here. Alvarez is through on goal. Oh, he's hit the post. So unlucky for Julian Alvarez. Going for a brace on his debut as well. It's great to see all the new boys doing alright so far. I mean, Rennie's on a 6.8, but he's looked good on the ball. We haven't seen a lot of Luca, but his passing's been key. But we haven't seen much in front of goal from him today. So maybe we give big Oliver Giroud a shout at some point today as well. Maybe the next few minutes we get Giroud on for give him half hour or so. So the big man does. Back stick, well cleared out. Emerson now. Cucurella's in the box instead for him now. So he's got his left midfield option next to his Modere. Big ball in. That's a great header there. Narrowly over the bar. Brighton still can't get anything going for themselves, really. It's not really happened for them today. And with 25 minutes to go, it's time for the changes. Lorenzo, you mean you're one of the only ones that is fully fit, but we do want to see Oliver Giroud on the pitch today. I probably shouldn't be doing it, but we really want to see him on the pitch, to be honest. I won't lie. It's got to be done. Renier, I mean, you've had a nice little debut here. We're going to switch you with Brendan Johnson, though, now. And then we're going to switch you out and put Angelo in that cam role instead. Just get him playing there, get him on the pitch for a bit, why not? And then for the last one, we're going to do all three subs here. Probably a bit risky. Maxi Lopez can come on, make his debut. 25 minutes to go and we're doing all our changes. This could be really dangerous and possibly stupid could be one answer for it, really. But I want to see the new boys. I want to see our new boys, Lopez, Angelo and Giroud, all in the team for a bit here. Let's praise the boys. They've done well. There's a lot of tired legs out there, but I mean, it's the first game of the season. People are going to be tired. It's been a long pre-season for them. Big ball in now. Seema tries to get across back goal and well cleared out here. It's cat back now, can play it out to Zagadou, and he's just absolutely smashed it forward. Giroud flicks it, doing what he's there for. Big man, aim for him. He heads it on. That's all we want to do. Just be motionless. Don't need to really move, mate. Just stand around and just head balls down to Alvarez. That's all you need to do. There we go. I mean, he just controlled his chest that time instead. Taking the P now, and he clearly. Angelo, Johnson, Alvarez. Oh my God. As if that almost went in. He's facing the wrong way and kind of chipped it back across goal. It's a great effort from Julian Alvarez. Trying to get his brace as well today. Big ball in now. Cucurella at the back stick, doesn't get there. And Emerson misses out to Julian Alvarez. And the counter is on now. It's Johnson. Charges forward now in that Mazzala role. We've said he can play a lot of roles, Brendan Johnson. Again, this is why Chelsea want him. He can play in that camera role. He can play out wide. He can play as a CM. He can do it all really, really well. So it's going to be hard to keep him. But a brace today, I really do want to keep him to there. With 5 minutes to go now, Kelly. Brighton trying to get something out of this game here. Cucurella finds Emerson. Can they get a goal here? Late on. Oh, it's well cleared out. It's a great clean by Zagadou. Only as far as Lamptey. Lamptey goes again, and it's nowhere near the goal. It's absolutely a million miles away. Surely this is job done now. We haven't seen much from the new boys coming on from the bench, really. Poor ratings from them all, really, but it's their first time. They've had 20 minutes to try and do something, really. They're not having much of a chance. I mean, first half, we scored 3. It was job done. And that is it now. Job done with the game completely. As we win 3-0, opening game of the season. Brighton in the mud. Forest, game 3. Brendan Johnson with a brace. Julian Alvarez scoring on his debut. Things you love to see. Great. Let's get into it. What a start to the season. What a start. So a massive 3 points. The start of the season in Nottingham Forest. You've seen the budget already. The problem with no more transfers happening. But we have mentioned already, there's interest in Johnson. If he goes, we need to replace him quick time. So we'll see what happens come the next episode. But thank you as always for watching another episode of Forever Forest. If you enjoyed the transfer we've made, let me know in the comments who's your favourite player we've signed so far within this save. And as always, like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again very soon.